Vasishta continued, "You are that ocean of consciousness in which there appear countless waves and ripples which are known as universes. You are indeed beyond the states of being and non-being, both of which are mere concepts of the mind. Rise beyond such conditioning and therefore beyond all duality." So countless waves and ripples which are known as universes. You sometimes find a bit of hyperbole in the Yoga Vasishta, a little bit of exaggeration perhaps, but not in this case. From the scientific point of view, this is what is happening. According to the scientific story, our mind is receiving nothing else except electrical impulses. Electricity, basically. That's what the senses do. The eyes, the nerves in the body, which are to do with touch, and so on, turn whatever is apparently going on out here into electricity. In the case of the eyes, the electricity goes along the optic nerve to some part of the brain, which has probably been quite well mapped out. And from the point of view of the body, we've got all these nerve endings which send electrical messages into the brain. And taste, it's all about electricity. This is the scientific story. And that is all we've got. That is all the information we've got in terms of electrical signals. It's all coming into our brain, and hey presto, it's turned into the whole phenomenal universe of colours, sounds, taste, feelings and so on. That's the scientific story. Feel free to correct me if I've got it wrong. And that's happening moment to moment. The whole universe is being created moment to moment. Or we could say universes are being created from moment to moment, because how do we know it's the same one each time? In fact, even according to current scientific theories, the universes are splitting up moment to moment. There's an infinite number of universes which can be coming into play at any moment. And in fact there are infinite number of universes coming into existence every moment. So, there's no exaggeration here, even from the scientific point of view. We're not even concerned with whether these universes exist or not, because existence and non-existence are notions. They are what our mind puts on to what is happening. Our mind puts notions onto things. There's stuff happening, and our mind puts notions onto it to try and make sense in a linear kind of way of what is going on. We can rise beyond such notions to nonsense. Nonsense is what doesn't come through the senses. Nonsense goes beyond what the senses present to us. It goes beyond notions of what the senses present to us. So rise beyond such conditioning and therefore beyond all duality. We rise beyond all our notions. There's stuff going on. We can describe it as sensory if you like. There's seeing, there's hearing and feeling and so on. We can just be with that. Don't make notions about it. If we can come right back to what we might call the sensory modes of experiencing without thinking about it, then this is what is happening. This is the experiencing. We don't make notions about it, about whether it exists or not, whether there's something else going on outside this room, because this is the universe. The universe is what is immediately apparent. We tend to think of universes as galaxies and stars, but that's just ideas. These are just ideas. All we ever know are points of light and ideas about these points of light. So we can rise beyond such conditioning and duality by just being with the experiencing. How can tendencies and limitations exist in you? All such concepts, this is a latent tendency or limitation, and this is a jiva or the living soul, arise in consciousness. How then are they different from consciousness? And if they are not, how can we say that they arise in consciousness? This is awareness again. Awareness is the primordial fact. If you're not aware of something, how can we even talk about it? And if we're aware of something, what is the relationship between what we're aware of and the awareness? We somehow have been taught to assume that they're completely separate things. I'm aware of the video camera pointing at me. So there's me here, there's a video camera there, completely separate things. But how do I know that the video camera is there? Well, we say that I see it. There's the seeing first of all. But let's just stick with the awareness. We could say actually that there's the awareness first of all, and then we talk about it as seeing. It's awareness through the visual mode, if you like. But there's awareness. So how does that awareness happen? What is the connection between the awareness and that thing? There must be some sort of connection. Otherwise, how can I be aware of it? And if I'm not aware of it, then how can we say that it arises in consciousness? If I'm not aware of it, how can I even talk about it? So there must be some more intimate connection here. It can't possibly be a completely separate thing to what is happening here. And in fact, the implication is the awareness and the video camera must be of similar natures. If it's a completely different thing, how can I be aware of it? And in fact, by being aware of it, the awareness becomes it. I no longer say I'm aware of a video camera. I say there is a video camera. Consciousness becomes the video camera. And to stress the intimacy even further, that video camera, I say it's there, but it's not. It's actually here. It's actually right here. I conceptualize it as being there, but it's actually here. But I've learnt, as I grew older, to ascribe distance to some of these notions, these concepts, sensory things, these sensory concepts. I've learnt to ascribe distance to them and to say that something is further away than the other. This is something worth contemplating. The bottom line though is that that video camera is here, and it must be of the nature of consciousness, of awareness. Otherwise, how can I be aware of it? There's a very intimate connection. Not even a connection, a non-difference between that video camera and my awareness.